Welcome to Water Opt School's Distribution System Operator Exam Preparation Series for grades 1 and 2. One of the challenges with the water operator mathematics is that a lot of times the way the problems are described, they will include information that is either not necessary to the process that needs to be done, or it is going to be given differently than the way the formula shows the information needs to be included. So challenges like that make it important that a specific approach be used that is most likely going to help with interpreting the information correctly, using it correctly, and of course, coming up with a correct answer. One of the best ways to do this is to always take certain steps. The first one should be to look for what it is that we're solving for. So in the first example we have here, one of our volume calculations, and the second into the first line, which is the beginning of the second sentence, it says, find the volume of water that must be pumped out of a trench. Okay. On the math formula sheet, we have two volume formulas that are shown in the center on the top of the first page. One is for a rectangular shape and the other is for a cylinder shape. One of the best ways to tell the difference between which one of these is going to work best is to look for a specific dimension that only shows up for the cylinder shape, and that is a diameter. The diameter will indicate that we're using a cylinder. If we don't have a diameter, then we should have length and width information given, which would indicate that it is a rectangular shape. Now, both of these equations can include information related to height or depth. So that is going to be something common between them. And then, of course, in some cases with our cylinders, we don't have that other dimension as height or depth. We have it listed as length. So we'll see some of those examples as well. The problem with doing number one, which could be the type of calculation that's going to show up on a grade 1 distribution operator exam, is that if you set up that volume formula that applies in this case, since we do have a length given and a width given, and therefore it is a rectangular shape, the length in feet it shows on that equation times the width in feet times the height or depth of water in feet and times 7.48, which is a conversion factor to change cubic feet into gallons. Plugging in the numbers that we have here, 40 feet times 3 feet for the width and times 5 feet for the height or depth of the trench, and times 7.48 gallons per cubic foot. If we multiply those through, recognizing that there's a little extra or unique information given here, the trench is flooded to only half of its overall depth. So we're going to take half of this total amount. We come up with 40 times 30, or excuse me, times 3 times 5 times 7.48. Well, if it was full, then it would be 4,488 gallons. But since it's only half full, dividing by 2, we get 2,244 gallons. And that seems like one of the answers, answer D, but that is not the correct answer, because you'll notice that these answers are listed not as gallons, but as cubic feet. So this equation from the formula sheet is not what we need to use. We have to change it a little bit. We have to, instead of solving for gallons, modify it so that we solve for cubic feet. Now, in this case, that means we need to leave off the conversion factor, because that conversion factor changes the amount of cubic feet that we get when we multiply these three dimensions, all in feet, changes that volume in cubic feet to a volume in gallons. But all our answers are given as cubic feet this time, so we would not include, don't need that 7.48. So if we leave that off and go through this process again, we'll end up with a very different result, because now all we have is the 40 times 3 times 5, which comes out as 600, but this is 600 cubic feet now. So then when we divide by 2, we get the 300 cubic feet, and that is the correct answer, answer B. So it is very common that either they will give you more information than you need, or they will give you the information that doesn't fit the equation the exact way that it shows on the formula sheet. So some type of change or modification needs to be done to that information or the formula itself. Thank you for viewing this video from Water OpSearch School. For more general knowledge and math practice, please go to www.opsearchschool.com. To purchase the practice manual that was used as part of this presentation and full videos, please visit water-opsert-school.square.site/for the Water OpSearch School online store.